All right, guys, we are back here at CES 2026, and I'm excited to be in the Hyperkin booth right now. And we have Slade and Nathan with us. So why don't you guys tell us what you're showing off here?
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for having us. We're showing off today some exciting stuff. The first one we got right here is our InfinaKore guitar. This is officially licensed with Fender. It's a Telecaster model. This model right here is very exciting because it's actually the world's first modular guitar. So as you can see, I will go ahead and pull off this right here. You could see these slide right off. You could also pull off the tuner head. The tuner head is fully customizable. We could also check out that the buttons are tactile, but we have regular keyboard switches in there that you could transfer any regular keyboard switch, linear, Thocky, tactile, whatever you want. The great thing about this is we have Nathan here. He's gonna play a game real quick. The cool thing about this game is it's the first game coming out in over 10 years. This game's created by Echo Foundry, and the game's called Sound System. The cool thing about this game is we have two ex-developers of Guitar Hero and DJ Hero that have come together, and they've made this game possible. And our guitar is the official guitar that's being supported on this game, and so you could see that our guitar is fully functional. The keys work really well, and this is an exciting announcement where, like I said, I don't think in like 10 years we've had an official rhythm style game. Yeah.
And I think this is exciting because have you noticed that there's a pretty good community of Guitar Hero enthusiasts that are been waiting and itching for a new game out there, right?
100%, 100%. A lot of people are excited for guitar peripherals, but at the end of the day, they go, where's the game that follows the guitar, right? And so to have this game coming out with a bunch of brand new ideas, you could change the themes. It's going to have background videos that can play. You could create your own charts. They have a really bunch of exciting things that they're adding to the game. My favorite is when you go to Pro mode, they have a system where if you miss 11 notes, you're done. That's it. And so they make it really more competitive for those pro gamers that need that itch of trying to get the best score. And it also tracks like how accurate you are, similar to like other style Dance Dance Revolution games where they'll have gold, silver, and bronze based on how accurate you were to hitting those notes.
Oh yeah, that's really sweet. You won't see me on the pro note because I'll be missing more than 11 notes on that. So that is super cool. Do you kind of have a timeline on when the stuff is coming out?
So for their game, they're still working on it. This is a fully functional demo. As you just saw, we have 5 games in here already, but they're planning to launch with over 45 different songs, and it has a lot of different abilities to add your own charts as well and create your own. The guitar itself will release this year in 2026. The cool thing about it is we don't have an exact timeline yet because we've been working with a lot of different people within the community to make sure this is the true community guitar. So one thing that you might have noticed on this guitar right here is we have a pick. This pick is actually just another fun new way to play, but this just attaches with a clip system. The clip system itself is there for any kind of modularity, any 3D print that people want to do. Same with the rail system. As you saw, the bodies could slide off. It's so that people could add on their own axe. You could turn this into an axe if you wanted to, whatever it may be. But the key feature about the whole modularity is we're working with a nonprofit called Able Gamers, so that this is the world's first guitar for people with disabilities. And so people, if you only have a residuum, we have a 3D model that's like a cup, and you put your residuum in and you could still play. If you have mobility, hand issues where you can't fully grab onto something like this, well, you could program this button right here and it acts as a strum. So you could lay it flat on the table and you could play that way. We're also working with Amps pattern mount, which is an industry standard for wheelchairs, so that you could attach the rails, insert the amps pattern mounts, and attach it however you see fit onto a wheelchair.
Yeah, that is way cool. I love that you're kind of thinking and make sure everybody's included and stuff. And you kind of mentioned you're getting feedback from the community. So if somebody is out in the community and wants to give you some feedback, where should they kind of reach out to?
Yeah, they could just reach out on our social medias. We're pretty active of replying to all the comments. We're really excited about what the community has to say because we know that the community was the driving factor of guitars for over a decade while there were no hardware options on the market. So any feedback, we're always open to hearing it. because this guitar isn't tooled yet, we could take all that feedback, and if there's anything that's a common consensus where, oh, I don't like the placement of something, we'll take that into consideration and we could completely alter it before we go into tooling, because like I said, this is going to be the true community guitar.
That is way cool. So, not in addition to the guitars, you have one more big announcement, and I might say award-winning big announcement. So, you want to tell everybody about that?
Yeah, so we have a really exciting announcement. We are creating a controller called the X5 Alteron. The X5 Alteron is a controller like no other, and in order to successfully create this controller, we thought, how could we do it by ourselves? The answer was it just wasn't possible. We needed another company to help us out. And Nathan and I here were the lead product developers on the project, and we thought, well, who better to collab with than GameSir? GameSir is known for their mobile gaming controllers and their ergonomics. So we, for the first time ever, I believe in the history of the gaming space, two hardware companies coming together to create one amazing product. It's never been done before, and the exciting thing about this project is it's the world's first modular phone controller. The cool thing about it is it uses GameSir's core to expand it all the way to over 213 millimeters. What that means is it's not just an iOS or Android controller, it also works on iPad minis, 8.8-inch gaming tablets, or the really exciting thing, Switch and Switch 2. Because it works on Switch 1 and 2, and you have NSO, Nintendo Switch Online, with all the emulations, we have different modules that you could pop in, whether it be GameCube style, N64, any module that suits your needs, it's capable of doing that.
Yeah, I love it. I love the idea of it, and I love that you're actually getting something large. Because when I first, I'm like, oh, it's only going to fit on a phone, but then you said it's going to fit on some of these tablets and stuff. I love that whole idea, especially because I usually tend to like the bigger phones, and that's always been a drawback for me. Is I never could get a controller on it because they wouldn't go that far. So I'm super excited about that. Super excited that it's all modular too. And then I have to say, congrats! You guys just barely got back from winning a Best of CES award.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I apologize for the delay, but yeah, we went to go pick up an award. Well, we didn't even know we got the email, and we were so excited. But yeah, Best of CES, so we're excited that it's being very well received. We've gotten a lot of buzz and a lot of coverage of a lot of people just saying, why wasn't this done sooner? This is a perfect controller, or I'm so excited because it fits all my use cases. Because it's not just a phone controller, it's not just a Switch controller. It also works on PC if you wanted it to. It has modular back buttons. Some people don't like back buttons, you could get rid of them. It has circular D-pad. Don't like it, get rid of it. It goes into a traditional D-pad. And the really exciting thing is some of the stuff under the hood. We're not just using Hall effect sticks or something like that. We're using capacitive sticks, which is a super high-end technology with the highest resolution on the market. So whether you're doing a first-person shooter or a racing game, you're going to have that super high-end accuracy without any stick drift. Then the last thing is, like, when it comes to the triggers, going from a full analog trigger to mouse click hair triggers, it just adds to the options for the end user. And that was kind of the dream idea when we came up with the product and reached out to GameSir, was how could we make a dream controller where it suits everyone's needs. I myself am a twin stick kind of guy. I grew up on twin stick layout gaming like this. He grew up on offset stick playing offset style games like this. Well, having that modular system on a phone controller that also is a PC controller and Switch controller kind of makes it the one-stop shop.
Yeah, perfect. I love this. And then I'm going to ask you the thing that everybody hates. So do you have, be as vague or as precise as you want, do you have a timeline and possible price point for this?
That is the number one question we've been getting. Unfortunately, I can't say the answer to either because we're still working it out. One thing that we've been really talking about is how are we going to release this product? And we've been doing a lot of surveying and a lot of internal surveying to figure out, do we release it with all the modules, just one module, no module, and the modules are separate? And we're trying to figure out what the perfect option is because there's so many moving parts with this product. If your fans have any options, again, you could reach out to us, comment. We're always open and receptive to feedback. But once we get that locked in, we could give a more solid price point. All I will say in regards to price point, when it comes to premium mobile gaming controllers, they usually range from $100 to $175. it's going to be very, very fair for all the things that it does. When it comes to release date, we don't have an exact timeline because there are some technical things that we still have to work out, but I can confidently say it will come out in 2026.
Okay, perfect, cool. And so I'll say it soon-ish for that. Don't quote me on that, but soon-ish is a good one for that.
There you go.
Yeah, and if people are interested in keeping up and making sure they're up to date with everything, where should they go?
Just our social medias, Hyperkin or GameSir, for that particular project, because it's a co-collab. We wanted it to be a true 50-50 collaboration. So a lot of people have been asking, is it Hyperkin X GameSir? Is it GameSir X Hyperkin? Who's who? Who has more majority in the project? No, it's a true 50-50 collaboration. On the front of the controller, you see the HD Hyperkin GameSir. On the back, it's GameSir X Hyperkin. So either one of our social medias, we keep up to date, and we'll be posting constant updates as news comes out.
Cool. And then what's your guys' website?
Our website is hyperkinstore.com. That's where you could get all our up-to-date products. But in terms of the guitar, we released a new brand called Drakong, and Drakong is our gaming brand that specializes in more non-retro style products, and that's going to be where this guitar is going to be released, and that's just drakong.com.
All right, perfect. So Nathan, so Slade, thank you so much for talking to us. I know it's been busy, and you guys are getting a lot of buzz, so I'm excited for it. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
All right, guys, make sure you head on over to ktdata.net. I know there was a lot of names, a lot of links. We'll make sure it's all over there, and we'll see you guys in the next one.